Hello there, everyone, and welcome back to RealScreenReviews.com. I'm movie critic Nick Iacubucci, and as I look around, I see that we're decorated with Oscar in the background, and I seem to have my Oscar would-be tuxedo on, so this must be our very first if Nick picks the Oscars. And what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to count down the top 6 categories. That would be the actress categories, the actor categories, director and picture, and tell you what I think is going to win and why. We will get right to it, I guess. We'll start with supporting actress. And the nominees are Amy Adams for The Fighter, Helena Bonham Carter for The King's Speech, Melissa Leo for The Fighter as well, Haley Steinfeld for True Grit, and Jackie Weaver for Animal Kingdom. Well, right off the bat, I'm going to think that Jackie Weaver for Animal Kingdom is not going to win because I don't think anybody even saw that movie. Haley Steinfeld delivered a great performance. I would actually have put her in the lead category and not a supporting actress. I thought the movie, she was a staple in the foundation of that film. But I don't think she's going to win for supporting actress either. Amy Adams and Helena Bonham Carter were fantastic in their movies respectively, but Melissa Leo from The Fighter as Marky Mark's mother is standout better than the rest of the pack. I picked her as the Oscar winner when I did the review. I said I didn't think I would see a better supporting performance from an actress the rest of the year, and I still have not debated that fact yet. She is light years better than everyone else and deserves to go home with the trophy. That brings me to supporting actor. And the nominees are Christian Bale for The Fighter. A lot of people getting nominated from The Fighter. John Hawkes for Winter's Bone. Jeremy Renner, for The Town. That's his second nomination in 2 years after last year's The Hurt Locker. Mark Ruffalo in his star-making performance for The Kids Are All Right. And Jeffrey Rush for The King's Speech. I don't think that Jeffrey Rush is going to win again. He won about 10 years ago for Best Actor for the movie Shine. And I don't think that Jeremy Renner is going to win because I've seen him play that part many times before. I think it's going to come down to Mark Ruffalo and Christian Bale, but unfortunately I think this is Christian Bale's year. He's a very quality actor. He has a lot of problems with crew members and the general public, it seems, and family members, I should say. But you can't take away the gentleman's talent. He's standout, mesmerizing, and amazing as Nick Iacubucci in The Fighter, and in my opinion, he will definitely go home with the trophies for supporting actor. Brings us to Best Actress. The nominees are Annette Bening from The Kids Are All Right, Nicole Kidman for Rabbit Hole, Jennifer Lawrence for Winter's Bone, Natalie Portman for The Black Swan, and Michelle Williams for Blue Valentine. Michelle Williams is a talented actress, but she's not going to win for a movie that only opened in 2 cities and closed in 3. Jennifer Lawrence is a wonderful actress. I loved her on the Bill Engvall show on TBS, and I've seen her in other things, and I think she's got a lot to look forward to in her career for Winter's Bone, but I don't think she's going to win either. Nicole Kidman won a couple years back for a movie that nobody saw called The Hours, and I don't think they're going to give it to her again for another movie that nobody saw called Rabbit Hole. This one's coming down to Natalie Portman for The Black Swan and Annette Bening for The Kids Are All Right. I want Annette Bening to win for The Kids Are All Right. I think that Natalie Portman's going to win for The Black Swan, but I'm picking Annette Bening for The Kids Are All Right. I think she should have won back in 1991 when she was nominated as Virginia Hill in the movie Bugsy, and I thought she should have won again in 1999 or 2000 when she was nominated in American Beauty. I think this lady has more than paid her dues over decades of time, and she's never won the trophy, and she just deserves it. Natalie Portman's on a career high, and she's riding this tidal wave of popularity, and I think she's going to take the trophy. Not that I would say that that's a bad thing, because her performance was mesmerizing in The Black Swan as well, but I just think that Annette Bening just deserves it, that's all. Best Actor. Jeff Bridges for True Grit, Javier Bardem for Beautiful, Colin Firth for The King's Speech, Jesse Eisenberg for The Social Network, and James Franco for 127 Hours. I would be shocked if they gave it to James Franco for 127 Hours. It's just one of those movies that just has yet to get a wide release, and I don't think a lot of people saw it. I'm not going to count out his performance because of that, but it really, really can hurt. Jesse Eisenberg was fantastic in The Social Network. Javier Bardem won for supporting actor for No Country for Old Men just a few years ago. And Jeff Bridges won last year for lead actor. And he's not going to win again for True Grit. The one that's going to this year is probably the easiest pick of the year. Colin Firth, who's paid his dues many, many times over again, is going to take home the trophy for Best Actor for The King's Speech. I compared his speech impediment to, kind of the performance from Dustin Hoffman, from Rain Man. But it's really only one part of a very complex individual, and he was so well-rounded of a character. He was depicted so well. You had such empathy and sympathy for this person, and his speech at the end was nothing short of a rousing, ovational speech. It was fantastic, and he truly deserves to go home with the trophy. This brings me to the director. Now, the director nominees are Darren Aronofsky for The Black Swan, David O. Russell for The Fighter, Tom Hooper for The King's Speech, David Fincher for The Social Network, and the Coen brothers for True Grit. The Coen brothers aren't going to win because they just won not too long ago, and I didn't think True Grit was actually... I thought it was a good movie. I didn't think it was actually one of the year's best films. David O. Russell's fantastic, and so is Aronofsky, and I don't think there's a boring moment in either of those two films. This one's going to come down to, the whole night's going to come down to The King's Speech and The Social Network. And I hate to say this because I picked The Social Network as the best film of the year, but I hadn't seen The King's Speech because it wasn't released. I'm going to say that Tom Hooper is going to win the Best Director for The King's Speech. It's just a wonderful tale. It's a beautiful period piece. There's not a boring moment in this film, and it's so well put together. I don't think there's any way that Tom Hooper can be denied the Best Director's trophy for The King's Speech, which brings me to the Best Picture nominees. And there are 10, as that was changed a couple years back, to The Black Swan, The Fighter, Inception, 127 Hours, The Kids Are All Right, The King's Speech, The Social Network, Toy Story 3, True Grit, and Winter's Bone. I'm not going to go through all of these. I'm just going to tell you that it's going to come down to The King's Speech and The Social Network. And I'm actually going to pick The King's Speech just because, as I just stated before, it's just a beautiful film. It's just a beautiful film. It's the reason that people go to the movies. It's this tale that I was unaware of, and I got absolutely lost in this 2-hour journey, and I couldn't have been more thankful that I did. There were wonderful performances across the board. Jeffrey Rush, Helena Bonham Carter, and lead actor Colin Firth. It was just a fantastic time at the movies, and it's the reason that people go to the movies, and that's to be entertained. Well, people, that does it for me, and that does it for the top 6 categories of 2011's Oscar contenders as picked by myself. And remember, people, I'm not always right, but only when it comes to the movies. And thank you for your attention.